What is going on, Exo community? Exo Stomp here, and today, people, we are going to be going over our week number 3 game versus Kairak and the Kairak Krooks. So, looking at his team, man, the first thing I see, obviously, is the Entei. And Entei is scary, but we have options. We have a few options here. So, honestly, I was prepping for it, but in retrospect, I don't think it was coming. Now I'm thinking about it, like, Manaphy eats Entei hits, Flygon eats Entei hits, even Karkle on my team eats Entei hits, so, you know, whatever, it's fine. Then we have Swampert, we have Rotom-Mow, Romantees, you guys see the team, so, oh boy, so I wanted to bring Manaphy this game. Manaphy pretty much destroys with Water move, which I picked Scald, and then Ice Beam. It can pretty much hit everything and hit it well. So we're running just max. Again, we're not really, our EVs are not really prepped that well, but it is what it is. It's fine. We have Calm Mind sub. Reason why we have Calm Mind sub is for the Aromatisse. So, Aromatisse comes out on Manaphy, and if it doesn't have Encore, we can pretty much just win with Manaphy there. If it does have Encore, we're gonna have to play around it, which will be interesting. And you guys will see what happens. We have Flygon. Flygon is here for the Entei, and really just any physical attacker, but mainly Entei. Earth Power. We have Earth Power because Sacred Fire, if it burns us, that would be annoying. We have U-Turn, Roost, and Toxic. Pretty simple set. Leftovers. We have a Scarf Gardevoir with Psyshock, Moonblast, Focus Blast, and Trick. Psyshock it hits the Trickology better. It hits, does it hit the Rotom better? It may hit the Rotom better. It hits the Swampert, but Moonblast does that more. So, oh, it doesn't really hit the Swampert, actually, now I'm thinking about it. It hits the Aromatisse. That's the other one I was thinking about. Moonblast is always good. And then Focus Blast is here. I believe it's like for the Fortress, the Tauros. It's a decent coverage move here. And then Trick. Trick is to stop things like the Aromatisse, the Fortress, just stuff that don't really want to be tricked. And I believe the speed, what's the speed for? I think the speed was for maybe like a fast Swampert or something. Can't remember. Oh no, it was for, I think it may have been to outspeed Tauros, but anyways. Magneton. Magneton is Spadef. Spadef Magneton just makes the most sense here. It takes Rotom-Mow hits, takes Aromatisse hits, takes Trickology hits, and takes Sigilyph hits. I mean, all of those Mons it takes hits from, so might as well go Spadef here. Toxic, really good here, really good to spread along this team. Magnet Pull to stop Fortress from switching out, besides Volt Switch, which means that it has to go for Volt Switch, so we can go with the Flygon and kind of take advantage of that. We have Flash Cannon, Discharge. The Discharge is to obviously paralyze a lot of these faster Mons, and Teleport over Volt Switch, because there is a Swampert on that team that pretty much completely counters Magneton, so that's another reason why we have Toxic. Alright, Emboar, again, Emboar looks really good here. I feel like Emboar usually looks good in low tier fire, and fighting is such great coverage. We're just running max attack, Adamant. This thing is here to just break holes in this whole team. Flare Blitz, Superpower, Earthquake, and then Sucker Punch. Obviously, Sucker Punch is for stuff like the Tauros that is going to be faster than us, and stuff like that. Then we got Serena. Serena with Queenly Majesty. You know, if it's going to be a Choice Banded, Entei could stop it from extreme speeding. That's pretty much it for Queenly Majesty, that I can think of at least. We have Power Whip. We have Triple Axle. Triple Axle looks great here. Hits a lot of bonds. U-turn and rapid spin. We have heavy duty boots because there's a fortress with spikes and rocks and all that stuff. So being able to come in freely with heavy duty boots is great. This is again another defensive mon that takes other people's hits other than Entei, which it doesn't really take hits from. But yeah, so that's our team. Originally I was predicting, which I should have thought a little bit more, Entei, Swampert, Rotomo, Aromatisse, Fortress, and Dragalge. Just the first 6, I think. Yeah. I don't know if Tauros was coming. I prepped a little bit for it, but I didn't think Sigilif or Volibee were coming. So we'll see what comes now. Bam. Let me move that. So we had the Volibee and the Tauros did come over. Tauros over the Entei, and then Volibee over the Rotomo, which I found really interesting because Rotomo like isn't bad here. It really isn't, but that's fine. So here, basically, what we wanted to do was make sure that what was it? We wanted to make sure that Fortress didn't really set up. Also, I don't really remember much about this game. It was all a blur. I played it like kind of blind, almost. I kind of just wanted to click through. But Tauros comes out, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not good. So I have Manaphy in here. I switch out right in the Flagon as it's my defensive mon, and it takes 52%. But with the leftovers, we should be able to just roost up to full, basically, eventually at least. But we do see Kairak does have Toxic, which is a good play, which means that I will not be able to take hits from it anymore, basically. So I go for U-turn on the Volibee switch in, and I go into Manaphy. Manaphy can pretty much set up on Volibee for free, so I go for sub, as Kairak goes for a U-turn here into Aromatisse. So at this point, I pretty much knew it was Encore, but I was like, let me just make sure. So I go for Calm Mind, and yeah, Encore does come out, obviously. So good play. And Tauros comes back out. I just go for another Calm Mind just in case he wanted to stay in and try to break my sub, but obviously that was not a good idea. So I go out into Magneton here to take a hit. Body Slam, it does a lot, but that's okay. We take Sheer Force from Tauros here. It does 65%, so that's a lot. Honestly, me switching into Gardevoir was really dumb. Again, in retrospective, because if Magneton's out, you go for an Earthquake with Tauros, right? So I should have went into Flagon, if anything. He's not gonna go for another Body Slam. But then I was thinking, well, that is close combat, so let me go to Gardevoir. Why would I do that? Some of these plays are very questionable, guys, so just bear with me. But Aromatisse comes out as I go for Moonblast. Moonblast does 47% here. So, yeah. Okay, that's a lot. But Magneton comes out here for free as Wish comes out and Swampert comes out. I just go for a Toxic here because Toxicing the Swampert is always nice. And now I switch out into Serena. Serena can basically take anything, even if it was an Ice Punch from Swampert, which does happen to be banded because that's 46%. And it freezes, which was really unfortunate. I didn't want to say anything because I was like, this really sucks. But it's fine. We're frozen solid. Bite Slam doesn't kill us. We're still frozen. Really sucks because if we broke out and killed the Tauros, oof, easy. But I go on the Flagon here, and Volibee comes out on our Earth Power. Very sad play. I should have expected Volibee to come out, but that's okay. We go for a U-turn here. We crit. I don't think that'll matter. Going to Magneton on the U-turn. Volibee. Tauros comes back out yet again, and we stay in and sack our Magneton. I was expecting him to expect me to go back in the Flagon, I think. But he didn't. So I was like, oh, this isn't good. I'm down 2 Pokemon, so I have to make a crazy play here. Go into Flygon. What do I do here? I U-turn. I was expecting him to switch, so that's why I went for U-turn. I'm like, okay, this is not good at all. Because now my Flygon's weak, so I go into Gardevoir. I trace the Sheer Force here, and I go for a Moonblast and kill the Tauros. So, we talked a little bit after the game, and he calced the Aromatisse damage last, which was like 40-something%. And I guess since he's like max Pidef, he didn't expect it to do that much, so he thought I was Specs. But he forgot to calc in the Sheer Force that I stole from Tauros the turn before. So he thought that he would outspeed with Tauros and knock out my Gardevoir, but I was Scarf. So yeah, Trey's Gardevoir coming through here, knocking out the Tauros, because if they didn't do that, I just lost. But Gyro Ball comes out on the Manaphy. Now I'm pretty much, I'm in a good position. Even though I'm down 2 Pokemon, I'm in a good position because Tauros is dead, and my team pretty much outspeeds everything. So, or Manaphy does. So, I go for a Calm Mind here, and I know that I'm going to live a hit, so I just go for an Ice Beam, and it actually freezes, which is great. Okay, this is like a revenge freeze. It was, honestly, freezing my Serena was big, because it was another mon that could take, like, hits from Tauros. So, freezing this Dragalge is big on my side. So, you know what? I'm fine with these hacks. These are even. And so here, Aromatisse comes out. I go for a sub. And so now I'm under a sub at +1. So, I just go for an Ice Beam to try to freeze. Not freeze. Wait, was I trying to freeze? No, I think... So, I didn't go for... Okay, so I remember this. So, I didn't go for Scald originally because I was expecting Kairak to either double out into Dragalge. Because, number one, wishing is annoying. But if Kairak doubled out into Dragalge, Scald would have melted Dragalge. So, been unfrozen. And the wish would have healed up. I made a crazy play just going for Scalding him. But it's fine. 37%, no burn, but that's okay. Encore comes out, so now I'm locked into Scald. Here you go for a wish again, and you go out into Dragalge, 100% here. So I predict that and go right in the Gardevoir. As nope, Kairak didn't think of that, or Kairak didn't care about Dragalge anymore. Either or. We live at 1%, so that little bit of HP that we had, that we invested, is coming through here. But that's okay, that's fine. We go for a trick, and obviously didn't work here. So we're gonna double out into Flygon as Swampert comes out, which is fine. I just go for an Earth Power to weaken the Swampert a little bit, which is nice. 12%, okay. Now Gardevoir can come back out and just click Moonblast, I'm pretty sure. Yep. 40%, not bad damage. We can go out into Manaphy here as Spikes come out, obviously to kill the Gardevoir, which is fair. Aromatisse comes back out as we go for a sub again. We're under a sub. And now I'm just going to spam Scald until we get a burn as we get it right away, which is really nice. So that means that leftovers are not healing anymore, which is nice. And so we could just spam Scald here pretty freely. Because no more healing unless you go for Wish. So I'm going to go into Emboar here because I thought Wish was coming out, as it does. And now you have to either go for Protect or you sack an Amon here. So Fortress is being sacked, which is nice for us. Bullabee comes out. It does outspeed, so I'm just going to sack the Gardevoir here. But Vullaby uses Roost. Do you not outspeed? I swear. Okay, wait. Do you not? Okay, maybe you don't have speed. I was expecting a little bit of speed to outspeed, like, no speed Emboar. Or, like, max speed to outspeed my Emboar or something, but I think I'm just dumb. I could probably have just killed the Volibee right there, but I didn't want to chance it. Honestly, Manaphy was just the best play here. There's nothing that Volibee can really do to Manaphy, so I just pressed Calm Mind here. As U-turn is coming out. I honestly was thinking I don't need to be under a sub right now, so I'm just going to go for a Calm Mind, as Calm Mind is a little better here. And so here wishes up. If you don't click Protect, you lose your wish and you just die. Now, this is what I was honestly expecting. I was honestly expecting Protect, because if you Protect here, you can live another hit and, you know, potentially get special attack drops and yada yada. So what I did was I went for a sub on the presumed Protect, but Encore comes out, so that was a very good play. I was like afraid that would happen, but it's okay. We go into Embor here, and well, Embor takes the Moonblast at 1%, so this is good. We could just click, I think I just clicked Flare Blitz. Yep, we click Flare Blitz. It does 64%, which is a lot. Manaphy comes back out here. Now Manaphy has to take on the world, so hopefully this happens. We go under a sub, so we take that knockoff. Honestly, just gonna say this, you definitely should have just switched that into Aromatisse right away. Going for knockoff is kind of risky here, but I'm under a sub. I click Calm Mind. Sub fades, but that's okay. Now what we could do is we can just click Scald. As Moonblast comes out. No special attack chart, which is nice. And we can just click it again. We don't kill, but that's okay. We do live, barely, but we live. And honestly, not gonna lie, you definitely should have clicked Wish and tried to stall us out, but because I had Calm Mind, it put you in a bad position, so I understand that. But I Scald again, and now at this point, nothing outspeeds, so Manaphy should win here. Ice Beam kills, obviously. Ice Beam kills this, obviously. And Swampert is not, it's Choice Banded, so it's not defensive, so this should obviously kill. And there you go. Manaphy puts in a ton of work this week, killing 1, 2, 3, 4 Pokemon this week. 4. Insane. So yeah, GG's Kairak. I made some questionable plays. You made some great plays. So honestly, yeah, you surprised me with some of your Aromatisse plays. I don't really know how to use Aromatisse. In fact, while prepping, I didn't even know that Aromatisse had Encore. So that was dangerous. But yeah, GG's Kairak. Not a bad loss for you. Not a great not a great win for me, but still a win nonetheless. Next week we are versing. Who are we versing? I believe it's Sorosh. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, the Feraligatr team. So that'll be fun to prep for. I mean, we have a few things, but yeah. I'll see you guys next time for that battle. See you guys. Peace.